bunch of losers, a bunch of flukes. Now, because I am the manager of the year, I'm going to present any two nobodies and show you that I can make a winner. Ladies and gentlemen, opening our eyes, here they are. Let me introduce to you the Outpatient. Shut up. And Bret Starr.
Bret Starr, and his tag team partner, we all know him here at George's, the Bizarre Outpatient. The Bizarre Outpatient and Bret the Bulldog Starr. Once again with Diamond D. Diamond D. The popular George's Cup Tag Team Tournament champion in the red trunks, weighing 215 pounds, from Northeast Minneapolis, Tommy Ferrera. And his partner in the purple trunks, weighing 230 pounds, from Malibu Beach, the popular Johnny Love.
Welcome back to George's in beautiful Minneapolis. High-flying tag team action on the way, Ray.
The Bizarre Outpatient and Bret Starr unleashed with Diamond D. Who knows what to expect? Johnny Love, Tommy Ferrera, the George's Cup Tag Team Tournament winners last month, off to an exciting start. The Outpatient slams Love. Oh, and Love was playing possum.
And I'll tell you, Ray, bizarre may be an understatement for the Outpatient. If you ask me, he makes George Steele look sane.
This man needs some severe psychological help. And Diamond D is going to give it to him. Whew, what a couple.
I tell you, to quote one of the great prophets of our time, if you took his brain and put it inside a hummingbird, the hummingbird would probably fly backwards.
Oh, you got it. This guy is cuckoo.
Meanwhile, Johnny Love and Tommy Ferrera, one of the most popular tag teams in the PWA right now.
And look at this Diamond D. Talk about somebody that is out to lunch. A Cardinals jacket, a cane, and some kind of contrived injury. Now, Jeff, do you really believe this man is hurting?
I think it's highly doubtful, Ray. As a matter of fact, if he is hurting, it's got to be mentally, not physically.
Well, and if Diamond D is mentally hurting, he fits right in with the bizarre Outpatient.
Isn't that a match made in heaven? The two of them deserve each other.
And this poor Bret Starr, how he got corralled into this, I'll never know.
I don't know. You got to wonder who's holding whose family hostage there. Because Bulldog Bret just doesn't seem to fit in with that maniacal duo.
Oh, not at all. Johnny Love working on the arm. The Outpatient, no, no, no.
Johnny Love, a fine young athlete. Ferrera comes in and picks up where Johnny left off. Ray, where'd you say the Outpatient hails from?
The Outpatient St. Peter's State Hospital. He's on leave for the few weeks.
How the heck did he get out of there?
Well, he promised to take his medication.
Obviously, he hasn't made good on that promise.
The very liberal rules here in Minnesota. They let any kook walk the streets up here in these parts. The Outpatient working on that leg. He and Ferrera have had numerous battles throughout the Midwest.
Spinning toe hold. Looks like he may try and work it into a figure four. Johnny Love on the outside of the ring, lending some moral support to his partner, Tommy Ferrera.
Oh, and did you see that? He kicked him where nobody should ever be kicked.
The referee let it go, Ray. Now he's calling for the break. It might be just a little too late for Tommy's sake.
No, Bruce Kreitzman has his hands full watching the Outpatient. Oh, and a good takedown by Ferrera. And Diamond D, there you see him with the cane. You know, you need two referees to watch this. I think we're going to do something about Diamond D next match. I have a surprise for him, Jeff, that we'll unveil to the fans in a few minutes.
Well, that's good news, Ray. I mean, the guy outside the ring is a major liability, Diamond D, that is. You need a referee out there handcuffed to him. That's what I would do.
That's a very good idea, Jeff. I may take you up on that one. And there he is again, distracting again. And it didn't help him. It didn't help him a bit. Tommy Ferrera whipping the Outpatient. Oh! Walked into a big boot by the Outpatient. Ferrera is on Goo-Goo Street.
Ferrera is hurting right now. Here's Bulldog Bret into the match for the first time, I believe.
Oh, and we see Bret using some of those rough ball stackers. Johnny Love says enough. Bruce Kreitzman drags him back. And look at the Outpatient with the rope.
Despicable, absolutely despicable.
Something's got to be done with this team.
Diamond D pleads ignorance there, but...
Well, ignorance he can plead. Guilt, he cannot say he isn't. The Outpatient over there holding his head. What a weird person he is. If you can call him a person, Jeff.
I don't know. I don't know what he is, Ray. But Tommy and Johnny are definitely going to have their hands full with this team, it looks like.
Here you see the fans just there. This is their favorite team, Ferrera and Love. Oh, Ferrera with a good right hand, and he is hot.
Field throw by Ferrera. Another one.
Tommy Ferrera working on the arm of Bret the Bulldog.
There's the tag. Johnny Love's back in. Elbow to the back of Bret's shoulder. Bret's obviously in pain. The Ferrera Love team has done a pretty good job of working over his left arm there. Meanwhile, the Outpatient, Ray, on the outside of the ring just continues to grab his head and shout absolutely mindless words.
Some kind of primal massage.
Well said. Some kind of nonsense.
Johnny Love ripping at that arm of Bret.
Crowd's definitely into this match, Ray.
Always a good crowd here at George's Cafe and Nightclub here in Fridley on River Road right outside at 694. Great food, great company, always good dancing. One of the classiest nightclubs in the entire Twin Cities area. Jeff, you're from Chicago. I know you're enjoying yourself here tonight.
Absolutely. Tonight there's more than just great food and great drink. There's great wrestling here at George's. And right now it's Johnny Love and the bizarre Outpatient. And I don't know, thinking back to Chicago, Ray, I don't think we have anybody as bizarre as the Outpatient is down there.
I think they all got sent up here on a bus.
I think so, and the Outpatient was at the head of that bus.
Whipping Johnny Love around like a noodle. And a devastating slam. Love is in trouble. There's the Outpatient stomp. He loves that stomp.
You know, Ray, say what you will about the Outpatient, but he's been in the PWA top 10 for quite a while now, hasn't he?
Always right in there with the best of them. You know, Love and the Outpatient were partners about 3-4 months ago. They were doing quite well, and the Outpatient felt that Love betrayed him. Love felt the Outpatient betrayed him, and it started a feud that hasn't ended yet.
Tommy Ferrera's involved now, and you might say we've got a love triangle on our hands.
And Johnny Love has come out of that as one of the most popular wrestlers in the PWA. Always giving it 100%. Bret Starr watching on, wondering what in the world has he gotten himself into.
Well, what about this Outpatient and Starr team, Ray? Yeah, how long can they stay together without Starr beginning to come before he comes to his senses?
The only one I have been able to see team up with the Outpatient was the Nomad. They're two. Oh, and a good. And Diamond D looks like he's ready to do something.
Tell you, the Outpatient and the Nomad, that's a match made in heaven.
Yeah. Oh, look at this. This is ridiculous. Diamond D with the cane. The Outpatient just beating on Ferrera senseless. You know, he's got to be stopped, this Diamond D.
This Diamond D is, I got to tell you, Ray, one of the most despicable characters I've seen in a long time outside the ring.
And look at him with a Cardinals jacket. Is he serious? The Twins just won the World Series.
That they did, and this crowd does not take well to Diamond D parading around in a Cardinals jacket. Like to see him wear that Cardinals jacket in here if Dan Reardon walked in tonight.
I don't think he'd be messing around with Herbeck or Puckett or Bernansky either.
Yeah, those are some big boys.
Tommy Ferrera coming back.
Nice body slam by Tommy. He tags off to Johnny Love. Bret's going for a ride. Oh, good nice move. He's going to send him into the ropes again, into the turnbuckle. No one's home. Bizarre Outpatient now is in the ring. And he sends Johnny Love into the turnbuckle, follows it up with a nice shoulder into the stomach. Another one into the midsection, couple more. That thumb to the throat area looked a little bit questionable. And it's definitely taking its toll on Johnny Love, as did that fist right to the back of Johnny Love's shoulder. Referee asks Love if he wants to call it an evening. Doubtful that Johnny would, and sure enough, he doesn't. Another elbow to the back. And another one. Tell you, Johnny Love's stuck in the wrong corner. The Outpatient and Bulldog Bret Starr working him over pretty good. Small package by Johnny Love. And only a 2 count as the Outpatient kicks out. The Outpatient continues to brutally work over Johnny Love. There's Diamond D. Oh, and he accidentally nails his own man, Love, for the count. 3, and that's a pinfall for the team of Johnny Love and Tommy Ferrera. Mayhem in the ring right now as Diamond D went to hit Johnny Love with the cane. Love ducked, and they came up. There goes the Outpatient out of the ring. Here's your winners, Tommy Ferrera, Johnny Love. Diamond D about to be handcuffed to Johnny Love, the crowd favorite. Ray Webby in there attempting to do the dirty deed, so to speak. And Diamond D just doesn't want to go along. Looks like he doesn't have a choice now. Handcuff being applied. He's got one side of the handcuffs on Dirty Diamond D. The other half's now around the wrist of Johnny Love. The Butcher and Skip Luthor aren't too pleased about this recent turn of events. Referee Sharkey asks for the bell to be rung. Derrick Dukes, Tommy Jammer, awaiting Larry the Butcher Cameron and Skip Luthor, but Ray, they don't seem to be willing to enter the ring. What's going on here?
These guys don't like their manager being handcuffed, and they're forming some kind of protest.
Well, all I can say is I'm real glad that the PWA has taken some kind of action as far as this Dirty Diamond D goes.
Well, it had to be done sooner or later, and Diamond is pushed as far as he can push, and it looks like Johnny Love is the proper policeman for this bout. Derrick Starfire Dukes with Tommy Jammer here against Larry the Butcher Cameron and Skip Luthor. This feud started months ago when the California Jammers split. Skip Luthor turned his back on Tommy Jammer.
And now Skip Luthor is nowhere to be seen, at least as far as the inside of the ring goes.
Tommy Jammer and Derrick Starfire Dukes waiting to go, ready. They are excited.
I tell you, this Skip Luthor is a big boy, Ray.
One of the biggest men in the PWA, and Larry the Butcher Cameron's no midget. And over on the other side, we got Tommy Jammer at 270 pounds and Derrick Dukes at 245 pounds. These are some big boys out there, Jeff.
I tell you, you got a lot of muscle in that ring, and to make matters worse, you got a street fight, street clothes, tag team main event here. Now, anything can happen in this kind of match.
This is dangerous, and it'd take a great promotion like George's Cafe and Nightclub to bring this match to the Twin Cities here. George's and Fridley, take our hats off to another fine promotion.
You got another match here, Ray, that could fill up any arena in the country. The Garden in New York, the Forum in Los Angeles, the Horizon in Chicago. They'd pack them in for this.
A lot of talent in there. Larry the Butcher Cameron, the PWA champion. Skip Luthor, his policeman. Tommy Jammer, one of the top 10 PWA wrestlers. Derrick Starfire Dukes, wrestling all over the world in Canada. Referee Sharkey, nobody to mess around with either.
I tell you, Ray, if the referee, Eddie Sharkey, doesn't keep this one under control right off the bat, it could break off early. Anything could happen.
And will, I'm sure. You got a guy like Larry the Butcher Cameron who makes a career out of hospitalizing people and ending others' careers. You got a guy like Skip Luthor who pays no mind about busting bones.
Well, they don't call him the Butcher because he sends birthday wishes to his opponents. He's in there for one reason, to hurt, to maim, to destroy his opponents. We've seen him do it before.
Test his strength, and there's a couple of big guys in there, both well over 260 pounds.
The Butcher goes a solid 265, and actually, Ray, I think that's kind of on the low side. I wouldn't be surprised if he goes 280. And Skip Luthor scares me. The guy's so big.
One of the most massively built men in professional wrestling, Skip Luthor. And look at that move on Tommy Jammer. And he slams the Butcher. Butcher riding those little children. How could a man be so evil?
Well, when I was standing over there earlier, Ray, I heard him telling the little kids that they didn't know their ABC is kind of presumptuous on the Butcher's part, I might say.
I don't think Butcher knows the ABCs of wrestling. All he knows is maim, kick, bite, injure.
That's about it. What's that say on his T-shirt?
Something about fishing in Alaska. Now, who would fish in Alaska?
I guess the Butcher would.
I guess when you're as big as the Butcher and Skip Luthor, you go fishing wherever you want to go and when you want to go.
And you catch whatever you want to catch. Oh, they're double teaming now on Tommy Jammer.
Ooh, Duke's throwing a couple of punches in there at Skip Luthor. And this is the rivalry that's been boiling for months. The California Jammers. Big slam by Skip. Rubbing it into his former partner.
He's not going to get Tommy Jammer that way. There's too much fire in this young man. Meanwhile, Dirty Diamond D seems to have quieted down outside the ring.
Very quiet, very quiet. As I said before, Johnny Love is the perfect policeman for this.
And there's the Butcher taunting these little kids again.
Oh, a great kick by Tommy Jammer, and Skip Luthor is down. Diamond D tries to interfere once again, and Johnny Love sets him down. Duke's in, and a great elbow. And he drops the Butcher.
The action fast and furious here in the PWA. Double elbow to Skip Luthor.
Great leg drop by Tommy Jammer.
Oh, 2.5. Referee Sharkey's hand almost hit the mat for the 3 count there, but...
Oh, a low blow.
And he loves it. Just look at him. Skip Luthor reveling in that underhanded, dirty move.
Tommy Jammer is hurting.
Butcher with a solid shot to the midsection, working over Tommy Jammer. Tommy Jammer familiarizing Larry the Butcher Cameron's head with the turnbuckles, and a nice, powerful body slam. Leg drop.
Luthor interferes. Derrick Dukes makes the tag. Good elbow, and the Cameron is down. Action wild and furious here at George's in Fridley. Once again, we have to take our hats off to George's for this fine promotion. A clothesline drops the Butcher, and Tommy Jammer is one of the most improved wrestlers of the year. Really coming on strong.
Tommy's got the Butcher in a headlock now. These guys have been going at a reckless pace.
Takedown as he puts the pressure on.
What do we know about Skip Luthor, Ray? Where's he cut? We know he hails from Atlanta, GA. Is that where he got his professional start?
Got his professional start in Atlanta, GA. Claims to have been a bodyguard of Ted Turner.
Well, well, well. I doubt that Mr. Turner would be too proud of the young Mr. Luthor right now, exhibiting some of the more despicable moves in the PWA and his partner, the Butcher.
I'm sure they do a good job as bodyguards. Diamond D has been running his mouth for the last year, and nobody's gotten a hand on him. So Butcher and Luthor should be credited for a fine job as a bodyguard. Oh, and there's the Butcher slam. Devastating.
Saved by the Starfire. This one's breaking up.
Luthor dropped him cold. Duke's in trouble out of the ring, and Tommy Jammer in trouble in the ring.
Quick tags now between Luthor and Cameron. A Hogan-esque leg drop by Luthor.
I think he's a little bigger than Hogan in a lot of ways, though, isn't he?
Not only that, Ray, but I'd say we're a good 6-7 minutes into this match, and we wouldn't actually be seeing Mr. Hogan that far into any bout.
Now, we all know Hulk Hogan tires out after the Eye of the Tiger's over.
That he does.
A great champion at the box office, but in the ring, a terrible bore.
And I'm also, I gotta say, I'm impressed with Luthor, Ray, because like another one of his namesakes, young Mr. Lex Luger, I don't think we'd see Lex in a match at this pace for this long either, but Skip's in there.
No, most of these bodybuilding types wear out quick, as you could even be demonstrated in the early Road Warriors matches. Even they got tired early, and Luthor has a lot of stamina. Look at that
Power slam. Oh, the Starfire.
Wasting no time getting in there. Jeff, I've seen a lot of wrestling in the last year, and this has got to be one of the most exciting matches I've seen all year.
I got to agree with you, Ray. We're seeing some hot and heavy, fast-paced action. Both teams just fighting and clawing away, and that's what you'd expect in a street fight tag team.
Here at George's, the PWA action is always hot and heavy. They continuously put up some of the best main events you'll see in the Twin Cities area time and time again. North the Barbarians, Savannah Jack, the Fantastics, the Terminators, Bruiser Brody, Tom Zink, they all come to George's here. George's Sportatorium, Cafe and Nightclub, just one of the hotbeds of wrestling right now.
That list reads like a who's who of wrestling, Ray, and you can add to that list the 4 gentlemen who are in the ring right now, although I'd hesitate to call the Butcher and Luthor gentlemen. Some comments here from a local spectator. Oh, elbow by the Butcher. Little help from Skip on the outside here.
Duke's in trouble right now. Oh, and a somersault. And a drop kick, and Luthor is down. And a kick to the stomach. Dukes is all over Skip Luthor.
How do you figure it, Ray? The man was out here earlier tonight, scored a victory. Scored a victory over Marvelous Mark Wagner, and now he's going full steam again.
Derrick Dukes is one of the most tremendously conditioned athletes in the entire world of professional wrestling. This man, in my opinion, is a future star on international caliber.
He's a comer. He's got great stamina, a lot of talent. No telling how far he can go.
Moves well and good size. 245 pounds of pure muscle. Derrick Starfire Dukes decking Larry Cameron. And Tommy Jammer is down. And Jammer looks very tired at this point. And I think it's a tag. Dukes. No tag, I guess.
Tough to call that one, Ray. But Tommy Jammer now does make the tag to Derrick Starfire.
Good point. Jammer was tiring, and Dukes has got the energy.
Oh! From over the top rope, Derrick Dukes.
Reminiscent of Ricky Martel.
Skip Skip Luthor.
Luthor out bailing for freedom.
He and the Butcher are going to confer now on the outside of the ring. Fans getting every bit of their money's worth here in this spectacular PWA main event. Referee Sharkey giving the count to the Masters of the Universe.
With all the biting and fighting and roughhousing, I got to give Sharkey a lot of credit, holding his own in here. And Dukes, you know, those matches with the Terminators prepared him for some of this physical dishing out.
Nice move by Derrick Dukes. And again, Larry Cameron comes in to make the save.
You know, we keep talking about how great Derrick Dukes, and he is a terribly talented athlete. But all four of these men, again, Larry the Butcher Cameron, the PWA champ, Skip Luthor, the bodyguard from Atlanta, and Tommy Jammer. We have a lot of talent in that ring, Jeff.
And Skip Luthor tried for another pin there on Derrick Dukes. I just can't understand, Ray, how Derrick can still have anything left at this point in the evening. It's been a long night for him. Nice suplex by Luthor.
And a nice tag. Tommy Jammer in.
Oh! The Butcher makes the save again.
Good tag team partners will do that.
And there's the tag.
All things considered, any of these men would be a fine tag team partner. Once again, January 6th, the next big George's card. Derrick Starfire Dukes and Larry Cameron signed for the main event, and the PWA title is on the line.
Oh! He gets Luthor up, Tommy Jammer does, and not quite, only a 2 count. Ray, to get a man like Luthor up like Tommy Jammer just did, takes a lot of strength.
Well, we can't impress enough how big these men really are. Skip Luthor, 285 pounds. Tommy Jammer, 275. Derrick Starfire Dukes, close to 250. Larry the Butcher, anywhere between 265 and 280, depending on if he went to the buffet before he wrestles or not.
And it looks like he did tonight.
You know, when you got a guy like Dukes, 250 pounds, outweighs a couple of the world champions around today, looking small in the ring, you know you got some big boys.
Well, not to draw comparisons, Ray, but to draw comparisons, Cameron's got to be twice the size of Kevin Von Erich.
Uh-oh, things are out of control. And Diamond D Dukes cracks him over the top rope. This has got to be it. This has got to be all over.
Breaking up. folks, in the main event, Tommy Jammer and Derrick Duke scoring the win over the Masters of the Universe, Skip Luthor and Larry Cameron. Referee Eddie Sharkey disqualifying the Masters of the Universe.
Hey. This is Ray Webby here with the PWA. My guest, the very lovely Sarah Smizer. How you doing, kiddo?
Good.
And what did you think of the matches tonight?
Well, I think that them two, whatever they're called, they should get out of that ring right now and they should be active.
And who is your favorite wrestler?
Well, I should say Tommy and Johnny Love.
And what's your favorite wrestling group, the PWA?
Yes!
All right, Sarah.